I just love nature. I love being out. I love connecting and unplugging literally.
Hearing the birds,
It makes me feel really good, and to get the fresh air and not to be inside all the time.
I'm close to nature. That's what I like about the outdoors.
My name is Keenan Weischedel, and I'm an advocate with Disability Rights Maine. Backcountry skiing was what I did all the time in the winter, and getting outdoors after my accident was just a little bit more difficult than I ever expected it to be. I just know how important the outdoors is for one's mental well-being. I brought it up at a meeting with this access team that we have with Disability Rights Maine to look at state parks, since there are funds that are used to improve these facilities at state parks and making sure that they are done in an accessible manner. We visited 12 state parks, looked at what accessible features are there and what barriers might be, or what maybe could be something that could be done easily to fix a situation.
When Keenan and I started talking about hiking and he started telling me about the project, I was excited because I know what accessibility looks like for my disability, for hearing loss. But giving the opportunity to learn about other people and other different people's abilities out on the trail, on a hike, what a hike looks like, I was excited to see what was gonna come of it, and then I get to learn some things as well. Just in the things that I've learned about so far with a mobility disability and the trails, my perspective is broadening. So I'm starting to think about things a little bit differently.
My name is Lodge Salamonski. I am the founder and scout chief of Wilderness Hikers International. What I really like about the outdoors is the beauty and nature of it, and I think that the outdoors should be accessible to everyone.
Well, I mean, it's hard to find accessible trails to go on, and other places are hard to get around, too. It's important for everybody to get out and be able to experience nature.
Ultimately, we found that there's accessibility at state parks, but there's always places for improvement with state parks, especially when you talk about the whole universal design aspect. Universal design is going to be universally accessible for everybody, and we know that brings a lot more resources than it might be for somebody who's able to walk with both of their legs very easily without getting tired. Sure, the state is aware of the need to create more accessible features for people with disabilities at some of their other parks to make sure that they're all as inclusive as one another. Having, a path that's wide enough and compact enough that, can get you from point A to point B, that might not be too far, but wheeling across, a grass pitch or sand is very, very difficult. So how can we just fix, putting in some sort of mat or some material for just even a short distance to be able to get people to what other point that might have a viewpoint of, whatever you're looking at the park. Personally, I deal with a lot of accessibility barriers, physical accessibility barriers, and I just am kind of sick of it. And I'd love to see them all removed slowly at some time in my life.
It's very important for people with disabilities to be able to get out and be able to experience, the same thing that everybody else does.
I think everybody should be working together towards creating more outdoor inclusive spaces. Bring different groups of people into these conversations. It allows the state to learn about what really do they need to do to support everybody in the state of Maine?
That's the bottom line. It needs to be available for everybody.
It would be beneficial for everyone.